Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of The Growth Switch with me, Cyril. This being our latest in our second season. Remember, if you've missed out on any insights from this season and the last season, you can go to our YouTube channel, The Growth Switch with Cyril, or you can go to our website, cyrilmadiwa.com, proceed to the Growth Switch tab, and you will find the videos there that you can watch at your leisure. Remember, these are practical, tried and tested insights to help you on your journey as you take the next steps. In this episode, we'll be speaking about a very key topic, one of integrity. So, integrity is a very key aspect of everyday life. People and organizations with a high level of integrity are much sought after and tend to be more reliable and trusted by people at large. So let's just get right into it, right? So what do we mean by integrity, right? So integrity, it's really about practicing being honest, and not just being honest now and again, being honest consistently, and in that process, displaying adherence to moral codes, ethics, and values, right? So the key here is to do it, and to do it on a consistent basis, right? Do it when someone's watching, do it when someone is not watching, right? Not to choose when you will be now want to be perceived as someone of high integrity, right? Now, you can see how important this is, right? I mentioned earlier that things like trust, reliability, and the likes then come into play. But what are the consequences in a situation where integrity is not upheld, right? So let's take a look at a few, right? So in an environment where there's no integrity, then what tends to happen is people tend to focus on their own interest, right? So it's not about doing what's right or ensuring that you're being honest on a constant basis. You basically focus on your own interest in every situation. You're like, okay, how can I benefit here the most, right? And it's not about how this situation, how can I do what's best for the situation, right? And then number two, it's also about keeping your word. So if in an environment where integrity is not upheld, people don't keep their word. If someone is like, okay, I will send you that report by the end of tomorrow, then by the end of tomorrow there's no report. Or someone says, okay, I will pay you your salary by the end of the month, then come the end of the month, there's no salary, right? So you can see how there can be consequences for other people because of that whole scenario. So that becomes a major issue in that space where people don't keep their word. And you find as well that they do that because there's also no consequence management in that space, right? It's easy for people to do that where they know, if I don't do this, no one will do a thing. So yeah, I'm not going to do it, right? Right. So, and then the other thing is an environment where integrity is not upheld, people tend to do things because they are legal, not because they are ethical. Now, there's a distinction, right? Just because something is legal doesn't mean that it's right. You know what I'm saying? You can go back to a few years ago, a case of an insurance provider who had insured this person to the life insurance cover, and that person died because of a bullet wound. So there was a hijacking by their driveway, and they got shot and they died. Now the insurance provider said, we're not going to pay you because we've since found out that you had an underlying condition of diabetes, which was not disclosed when you took out the cover. So on that basis, we will not pay you. Now there was a huge uproar, obviously backlash, and okay, so this person died by a bullet wound, you are bringing up diabetes. There's no connection here. So if you look at it from a legal sense, the organization felt that they had something to stand on. In fact, they defended the position for about a day or two. But then there was an ethical undertone, which then they need to look into. That yes, it may be legal what we're trying to do, but is it ethical, right? So then they had to backtrack on not paying, and they ended up paying, right? So it just goes to show the point that when it comes to these matters of integrity and stuff, just because it's legal doesn't mean it's the right thing to do, right? Now, the other thing in a situation where you don't uphold integrity, or you're not seen to be a person or an organization of high integrity, your brand suffers, right? You become associated with basically not being honest, not keeping your word, not practicing ethical processes and activities and values, right? So then it becomes part of your brand, and each time anyone hears your organization's name, or they see your organization, or they see you as a person, then they just think, oh, there comes that person who has no integrity whatsoever. All right. So those are just a few consequences in a situation where you don't uphold integrity. All right. So what can you do really, so that you are a person of integrity? It all boils down to one thing: you keep your word, right? So you are honest on a consistent basis, and you are doing that as you adhere and comply with certain moral codes, standards, ethics, and values. Just keep your word. If you do that as the minimum, that takes care of quite a lot of issues, right? So we'll leave it at this for the integrity topic. Again, very, very important. You will find most organizations, as part of their values charter, would have integrity included in there, because it's a bare minimum if you are going to interact with anyone, either on an individual capacity or in a business capacity. Alright, so if you found that helpful, remember to share it with those who stand to benefit the most from it. We're also on social media, where we tend to post other material in between these videos. We're on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. You can follow us there. Also, we've got one-on-one and group coaching sessions, and for those you can contact us on the growth switch at ciromadewa.com, where we provide you with practical, tried and tested methods. We work with you on the journey to assist you to acquire necessary skills you need as you are about to take the next steps on your journey. And remember, keep being people of integrity. It's important. It's part of your brand, and all you need to do is keep your word. Thank you.